Hi, I'm Kim Starks and I live in Frederick, Maryland, and thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. So I would like to tell you a little bit about myself first, and I guess this cat that thinks he hasn't eaten in like 10 weeks, is that the deal? And he just ate like 10 minutes ago. So this is Smalls, and he is one of two cats that have part of my time. A little bit about myself. I want to be a QVC host because, well, who wouldn't, right? QVC is awesome. I love the products. I can't lie and say I personally shop a lot on QVC because I'm not going to say the other A word, but I have utilized that service just as a busy mom, and I've raised 5 boys and I have a grandson now. And they're all moving into a different phase of life, and I really have always wanted to host a TV show, a network, I like bringing value to people, but I also like connecting. I've always been in sales my whole life. I started in the restaurant industry when I was, when I was 15 years old. I started at a small hamburger place in Rochester, New York, where I'm from, and I worked my way and started waitressing Perkins, and started corporate restaurants, became a trainer, and eventually started into restaurant management while I was going to college for business and accounting. And I found that I was making good money at the restaurant business, and I love people and I enjoy talking to people. And that was my first real, I guess, sales experience, although it wasn't a hard sale, right? People are there to eat food and that's what they're there for. But I would give them the opportunity to maybe get something that they didn't think about having. Would you like to have a strawberry Bellini with that this morning? Would you like to have a side of, calamari? Just adding value and quality to their experience. Because I'm supposed to be the expert here. That's why they came. They come to get my advice and let me bring them their food. And fast forward, I got into the mortgage industry, and I had been in the mortgage industry for a very long time. As a loan officer, I've worked for banks, I've worked for builders, and I've worked for retail shops. And during that tenure, I've made sales presentations. I sit with my clients, talk about different loan options, what's going to be the best fit for you. Here, the features of this loan, the features and benefits of this loan, positives, negatives, and let them decide, but give them the information. I think it's a powerful thing to build the connections and build trust with people, and give them information and let them make the decision for really what's best for them. It's their life and their finances, and they're spending a lot of money on a house. So it was really, felt almost like service work that I'm getting paid for, because I'm helping you get into a house, and it's a win-win. You get a house, I give you a great deal, and I get paid for it too. It's like, wow, this is awesome. I've always had some interest and have acted over the years. I've been in acting. I currently take acting classes again. I've been featured in different commercials. I've had small parts. I've been a background actor. I've had some small background speaking parts. I've had non-speaking parts. I've worked with friends. Actually today, earlier today, my dad is supposedly a mobster, and I'm his daughter, and it's a 3-part student series. A short film, 3-part. It was supposed to be one long film, and it got really long, so they decided to break it up into 3 parts, kind of like The Godfather 1, 2, and 3. So that, it's a lot of fun. It's I help build my skills and express my creativity, and it's always amazing to see these young people that are like my kids' age putting out such quality and having such passion for what they do. And for me, I have to have a passion for what I do, no matter what it is, right? So I currently got out of the mortgage industry, and I sell medical devices. Specifically, I have a line that is a custom knee. It's a 3D imprint of your knee. If you need a replacement, it would be a CAT scan of your actual anatomy that would be printed out and replacing your current knee, and you would be completely anatomically correct, which is just, the technology is amazing. I'm in the OR with the orthopedic surgeons and the staff, and I'm walking the surgical techs through the technique. So there's a lot of communication going on, there's a lot of fun going on, we get to know each other, but it's also really important, right? It's a patient outcome that is what we're all there for. We're making sure that they're safe, that they're getting exactly what is going to be anatomically correct for them, and to give them the best longevity and outcome for them to be active, right? Some things about myself, I'm really pretty active with my 5 boys. They've been involved in sports or activities and art and things like that, really for the last 25 years. And this is kind of a different season for me, going through, my baby is graduating from high school this year. He's a senior at Maryland School for the Deaf. He was born deaf and was bilaterally implanted with cochlear implants. So he does have the ability to hear and speak, and he uses sign language as his primary method in communication at school and for educational instruction, because you miss so much when you can't hear. I do have a hearing loss a little bit, and I have hearing aid correction, and technology is just really life-changing. So it's a new place for me, and I'm looking to pivot and do more of what brings me passion and what fulfills me. And not that raising my kids didn't, because that is not true. I chose gladly to stay home with my kids and be there, and that was the best thing ever. Now they don't need me as much, right? I still need them, but I choose to, they're moving on, and I'm getting ready to go to the next phase of my life. And what do I want to do? So that is, I've seen this come through over the years, this casting, and I just haven't been able to put in because I know I couldn't make the move. I have made some life choices and some life changes, and I sold my house. My kids are moving on. My last baby's graduating and moving up to Rochester. He's been accepted at National Technical Institute of the Deaf, which is a portion of RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology, for mechanical engineering. And his older brother lives up there with my grandson and their family, and I have other family members that live up there, aunts and uncles. So it's really nice to know that he has all of that support, because I can't be there with him, and nor should I be, right? He's going to college, he's going to be 18. So not many 18-year-olds bring their mom to college with them, so it wouldn't be a good look. Although I'll go visit when I can. So I'm really excited about this opportunity, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. And if you have any questions about me, I am fluent in sign language as well. So when he was a baby, I was really motivated, and I started learning. I started going and taking classes at the local college. I can SimCom. So if you ever have any deaf products, that would be awesome, right? The iPhone has changed deaf people's lives forever. They were like the first in the technology sector to really, I guess they promoted and encouraged their technology with the deaf community, which was amazing, right? It's been just life-changing. So with that, I will show you a product that I think is life-changing, which is the Ninja. This is my only Vanna White show that I will do. I will showcase with Vanna hands, okay? This Ninja is not only an air fryer, it's also a steamer, a slow cooker, and it also has a saute sear on it. I don't use my microwave anymore. Like, I went on a health kick. I was diagnosed a year and a half ago with melanoma. Thankfully, it's fine. They caught it early, but I did have to have surgery. I did not have to have any chemo or radiation. But as we get older, if you haven't gone to get your moles checked, please do. I mean, it's such an easy, simple thing. And I had gone COVID, I hadn't gone for a few years because COVID happened, and then life happens, and I forget, I didn't go make that appointment. And I just kind of felt this prompting that I needed to go make this appointment with my dermatologist. And I had some that had changed on my neck, and that was kind of concerning to me. So I made an appointment, and I went, and I had a mole on my leg since I was little. Like, it's always been there. And that I didn't think anything about. And she said, I don't really like the looks of that. Let me cut that out. And there was one on my forearm. I said, okay, cool, that's fine. I'm like, great, this is fine. Whew, okay, that's what I was worried about. Well, a few days later, she called me and said, the doctor called as I was driving. And if you ever get a call from your doctor, there's something going on. And she told me, she's like, I'm really surprised at this, but we did find melanoma. And you hear that word. And it's just like a gut punch. And okay, what do we need to do? And thankfully, it's been, I went every 3 months for the first year, and now I go every 6 months, and I'll do that for the rest of my life, which is fine with me, right? My point being, get your moles checked. Please go take care of yourself, because there are a lot of people out there that need you and love you. This little guy, I started on a health kick. I didn't eat terrible before, but I started doing more research into the food that I was eating, and how can I make mine and my kids' lives healthier, and how can we live healthier and maybe longer, right? So the microwave, I ditched it. I stopped cooking my food in the microwave. It loses nutrients. Even heating things up. And I love to cook, so not really a huge microwave cooker, but I was a huge microwave heater, including tea. I drink tea all the time. I would just heat it up in that. Heat up leftovers. Oh, a quick this, a quick that. The sports world, we're coming and going, kids with practices and schedules, and you know the drill. Life is busy. We work, we're here, we're there, and it's just this nonstop. We live in the microwave society. And I had a friend that told me about the Ninja, and my mom started using the toaster oven, just the toaster oven air fryer combo, and I thought, ooh, that's pretty cool. And this little guy is all of that and a bag of chips, right? So a friend of mine is, she's no longer with us. Her name is Charlene, and she's a wonderful woman. She was my age. Our kids went to Maryland School for the Deaf together, played football together, did sports together, known each other, since they were babies. We were in a parent-infant program together. And she died suddenly of a heart embolism, I believe is what it was. And so prior to that, we were sitting on the football stands, and we're talking about, it's getting late. We're going to get home from these football games on a school night. We're all tired. The kids are tired. They're starving. And what do you make? I don't want to make a whole meal yet. I don't want to stop and go through drive-thru on the way home, right? That's just not in the budget, and it's not, health-wise, it's not great. So she said, Kim, she goes, I put frozen burgers in my Ninja. And I was like, frozen food in your Ninja and it cooks? And she's like, it is delicious. And then her husband chimes in, oh my gosh, and starts talking about how great it was. I'm like, all right, well, I'll try it. So I went out, and that week I went and I bought the Ninja. And let me tell you, my kids and I are blown away by this thing. So not only does it cook food that's frozen fast, like in 12 minutes, you have perfect, juicy, and crisp burgers on the outside. Take those out, and I put the rolls in and crisp them up. So you have some of these, as the juices, or you're letting this burger sit for a few minutes, as you just let them sit, I just wipe it out, because it's super easy to clean. I don't know if you can see in here, but this has got a lot of use. It's non-stick, comes out super easy, comes apart, easy to clean. Even my teenage boys can clean it, which is, a miracle. Wipes out with paper towel. So it stays on the counter here. I had another friend. Every time I go to a friend's house, it seems like, and we have food, and we do girls' night, or the kids, we do football game parties. Everybody has the air fryer out, and they use it for different things. And we ordered some takeout, and it came with cold rolls. And I was like, oh, cold rolls. And my girlfriend's like, wait a minute. She goes over, she plugs it in, boom. And what I like about the lettering here is I don't know if you saw before, but I wear my readers because, over 40, everything starts to go. So I have to have my readers on, or I'm like, oh, I can't see it. This, and when you're cooking, you're looking, okay, where are my glasses? Oh, here they are. And the lettering is large enough on here that I can see without my readers. So it's super easy. I plug it in, so I can cook one of my other favorite things. I'm part Italian, risotto. And if anybody out there if you've made risotto before, it takes a long time. It's a labor of love. You're at the stove and you're stirring it a little bit, stir, let it absorb, stir, let it absorb. But the finished product is just like outstanding, right? Like mushroom risotto is probably one of my favorites. So I found a recipe for pressure cooker risotto, mushroom risotto, and I thought, for 20 minutes, I'll try it. I love risotto. You can open this up, Take this out. It has a saute function in here. So I sauteed my butter and my mushrooms in here and finished up. Followed the recipe, put in the ingredients, finished sauteing it up, flipped it on over to my pressure cooker, closed it up, added the mushrooms, all of it, boom, shut it out, set the timer, 20 minutes. Undid it. I was like, wow, it looked and smelled amazing. Thought, okay, we'll see how this tastes. I got out my Pecorino Romano cheese blend and served it, and it was gone. I mean, it was gone. It was so delicious. I make risotto all the time, and that was a dish that was almost like, I'm craving it, but I do not want to make it. It takes so long. And I tried like frozen ones. There are a couple specialty grocery stores that make frozen risotto, and they're okay, but this, wow. The other thing, so I switched in this health kick. I started kind of clean eating. So I'm not a big breakfast person. I typically do like, bananas, or I would make my own oatmeal, like cold oatmeal. And I started looking at, okay, well, what, avocado toast. I love avocado toast. So again, I like clean countertops. I'm kind of a minimalist, and no one in my family would say that because I have a lot of clothes, but a lot of good clothing out there that we can talk about later, right? It's a lot of good fashion. So as much as I say I'm a minimalist, I really don't like a lot of clutter on my counters, right? I operate well with clean space. So I would have the toaster, the toaster, I had a toaster oven, a microwave, an air cooker, a pressure cooker, the air fryer. So this takes the place of all of that. I started putting got rid of my toaster. I put 2 pieces of toast in here, or 1. Some days, depends on how big the toast is. Sometimes I get that panini bread, that's amazing. And you just click, boom, crisp, air crisp, put it on. 4 minutes later, boom, I've got perfect toast. I take it out, and other mozzarella sticks, the kids come home from school, practice, they're hungry, and they've eaten all the snack bars yet again from Costco or Sam's Club. So if you don't want the kids eating all the snack bars, you want them to have something else, they can actually do it. My kids love cooking. So they went on a food challenge. My one son, Billy, who is now 19, he every day was cooking. And he has, he likes those little chicken things from that chicken place that happens to be closed on Sundays. And everybody always craves those little chicken nugget things on Sundays when you can't get them. There is one of the big stores that sells those delicious little chicken nuggets that taste very similar. So put those little guys in here, and let me tell you, they're almost better than that store. So we don't do the drive-through at the Filet anymore because of the air fryer. Some of the other things that I really enjoy, if you leave it on and you walk away, you're not heating up your oven. I'm not using as much electricity, which is great. Everything costs more now, right? Everything these days, the electric bill has gone up probably 25% this year alone. We haven't been doing anything different. Every time I turn on my oven, I feel like I have to cook more, or you have to wait for it to preheat and then put it in and cook. And I'm only cooking a little bit, or I'm only heating up these mozzarella sticks. I'm only cooking these chicken nuggets. My grandson comes, he loves those dinosaur chicken nuggets. Heat it up. And it takes twice as long. You've got hangry kids, or I sometimes can get hangry myself. So this little guy, boom, 10 minutes I have chicken nuggets, we have chicken tenders, we have dinosaur nuggets, my toast. And I have a friend whose mother is getting older, and he said that, they were really getting concerned about her cooking. And she would be leaving, she'd put things on the stove and walk away and leave it. And so that's a real concern, right? As our parents get older, that is just like something you don't even want to think about. Yet they still need, they're still at a point where they can have their independence, but walking away, maybe not hearing the water, maybe their hearing's going a little or something. This has an auto shut off, right? You don't have to worry about leaving the oven being left on when someone leaves, if mom or dad or a relative someone you care about. I also have a special needs cousin who lives in, it's not really assisted living. They have, it's like an apartment, but they do have people that check in on them, and they don't have a full stove, but they did the hot plates, right? And they're finding that, you know, those things get left on, they can have a fire, and that's, you know, could be quite, you know, that could be terrible, be catastrophic. So they've switched over to these air fryers, these combination air fryers, because they have auto shut off. If you walk away, you leave this, or you go to bed and leave this on, it's going to go off. You're going to have an auto shut off. So it's a safety feature as well. So I can't talk enough about this. I'm sure I've talked more than 3 minutes or 5 minutes over on this, and I could still come up with some extra features. I mean, it's so easy to clean. I can put it in the dishwasher, but really, it's really not a reason to. Sometimes I just wipe it out with a paper towel, because that coating on there is kind of nice. It's kind of like a nice seasoning on the inside. There's for my soups and the risottos, and then the inside is real easy. You got this the fan up here, and it's pretty heavy. So you want it to stay secure, which is nice. You don't want it to be just something that's going to just get pushed off the counter easily with a cat. So, you know how cats, if you have a cat, you know, the cats are very curious little creatures, and they like food. So the cat's not gonna, the little rascal's not gonna swipe it off the counter just to get your attention, because they can't. They would if they could. So, again, I would really love the opportunity to present and be on the network. I like encouraging people and talking with people and hearing their stories. I think it would be amazing to have that connection with audience. I know not my mom, but my stepmom's mom loves QVC. Like, she would call in and talk to the host. She collected the dolls, the big like life-size dolls. You go in her house and she knows all the names, and she has them dressed, and they're everywhere. And she knew the host. And I thought it was kind of at first a little unusual that, you know, the host of a show and you call and talk to them and they actually like know you. That could be a sign that maybe you shop too much. However, I'm like, how cool is that you've built a relationship with somebody that you don't even know? And the internet's done that for us, right? Facebook and Instagram and the social medias. Now we get to interact with people that maybe we have never met, yet we can make these connections with them and encourage them and build each other up, or help each other through, or just have somebody there that, wow, oh, I really am excited for this person because they're doing this, or their kid is doing this now, or oh my gosh, look at their dog. There's just all these connections that we build that we wouldn't otherwise have. So I think it's a really cool thing to be able to connect with, and it would be amazing to be able to connect with viewers as they watch and you learn about them, and you share stories about yourself and your family and your struggles and your successes, and they don't have to feel alone either, because maybe something I say is going to help encourage them and get them to maybe have the will to live one more day. I mean, there's so much out there that's so bad, that drag us down, that it's, I think, really refreshing to have something to build us up, and someone to build us up, and someone that genuinely cares, right? Like, you might not even meet the person, but it doesn't mean you can't have genuine care and concern for them, or interest. And I really think that is such a unique perspective and such a unique part of this industry of, I can't even really say entertainment, but in a way it is entertainment. You know, selling on QVC is entertainment because we can be fun and witty and quick and have fun, but it can also be encouraging, almost like a talk show. And I always have had a passion, and I've always connected with people, and people tend to tell me their life story. I go into a gas station and I hear like some really, you know, the girl at the dollar store, when I was checking out one day, I was just like, hey, how are you doing? And all of a sudden, like, she's telling me these intimate things about, you know, growing up, some traumas and things. And I was just like, you know, trying to encourage her. I walked out and I'm like, wow, you know, how unusual, but how cool and how blessed am I that this person felt comfortable enough with me to trust me with something that was probably really difficult, that they still, as a later adult, the person was older than me, that they still struggle with this. And maybe me giving them the encouragement and allowing them to talk helps them heal, right? And it's a tough road, this thing called life. And I don't mean to sound like Prince, because that just came through my head too. But doing it together is, I think, so much better. And if you can be with people in a work environment and a pseudo work environment, an extension of your work environment, and getting that feedback, that interaction with the audience and or callers, you know, I have to be authentic. I have to be honest. You know, I think it would be really cool to be able to try products and, ooh, I'll try that. I love health and beauty products. I love workout clothes. I like paddle boarding. I love outdoor activities, right? I'm a beach girl. I love the beach. I love the water. I like to fish. I like to camp. I like to glamp. I'm not going to say I like to camp. Let me rephrase that. Back up. I love to travel. I love photography. I love to take pictures. I love to take pictures of sunsets. I'd love to have people send me, send in, let's have a Facebook channel or send me your pictures and, we'll compare travel pictures or kid pictures or animal pictures. I sound like it's a dating profile, but I love sunsets and walks on the beach, but I really do. And I'm really not looking to date. So, those are some of the things that drive me. Of course, my kids, I'm passionate about my kids' lives. They're all amazing. My oldest son would be 31, and we lost him in a drowning accident when he was 21. And, that's been difficult. Every day there's a piece missing. Every day, nothing is the same. Yet, even with that hole inside of me, and inside of everyone in my family, we can still engage and enjoy and be fulfilled in each day and build each other up and have a reason to live and continue to help other people. And, sadly, I've been able to be there for other people that have lost their young adult children, and that sucks that I'm that person. Like, I hate that I'm that person, but at the same time, I'm glad that I can be that person, that I can be emotionally available and strong enough to be able to be that person and help somebody else get through something that is just really unthinkable, and you really shouldn't think about it because it's just not supposed to happen. So I would like to just say I appreciate the opportunity. If you have any other questions, please contact me. My email is just my name, Kim Starks, KymStarks @gmail.com. My phone number is 301-704-7207. And again, I live in Frederick, Maryland. And I do realize that this job is a full-time position and I would need to relocate. And I am, like I said, I feel like, everything's kind of aligned, that I did sell my house. I'm in a different life position. My kids are, the last one is leaving the roost to go to college. And I'm actually in the perfect position to be able to move someplace else and still be close enough to my kids that I could be there in a couple-hour drive. So I'm looking forward to this exciting opportunity, and I hope you enjoyed the Ninja. And I'd love to show you some clothes, some glasses, some cat products, and the little whiteboard. But I will spare you that for another day. So thanks so much for letting me talk at you. And as you know, people tell me I have a gift of gab, so that's true. Bye. I know, Smalls.